Hello everyone, Matt Paul here, coming at you this evening. We've had quite a bit of weather coming through with this nor'easter. Won't be really doing a fishing video this week. Am going through and kind of updating some things. I've been here lately. I've been listening to a lot of people talking about braid. A real push for it. I know with the super lines that are coming out. Anyways, a few years ago, I tried going to braid on some of my smaller poles. Didn't really like it, and I'll show you in a minute. I updated one of my poles to this Power Pro, and I will say that, and it's hard to see, I know right now, but I'll zoom in on it. But I am very impressed with this. This is Power Pro 30 pound. A lot of people have been talking about the fins braid. I'm going to break that out in a minute. Anyways, one of the things that we have a luxury with fishing, that you can try different products and see what works. Like I said, I got two different products here, and I was going to pretty much, I won't necessarily do a side-by-side comparison, but use them a little bit and let you know what I like later on. I will say that I'm going to show you a video of a pole here in a minute that I put braid on, none of these two brands, but I will say that these two brands are what's considered 100% Spectra. The twist and I guess it's how it's woven, it's kind of like a woven rope is what the nylon is. It is night and day difference. So real quick, I'm going to switch over, and I got to grab a light because the lighting is real poor in here, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, a little backstory. Let me rephrase that. A little backstory here. I had these two poles on the boat. This one's mono. This is the braid I was talking about. I tried. As you can see, I'll get closer. It's kind of hairy, and it looks like the braid itself isn't tightly packed. Anyways, had this on the boat, and anyway, it's got back, and it looks like the line, and I had this tight, but it looked like the line had broke or chafed on this guy, and it's all wrapped around this other rig. So the first thing I got to do is cut it off of this other pole that I got this bottom rig on and try to untangle it. But I mean, all this is just a small 2500 rod, or get it up here to the light, reel, and like I said, I'm going to be putting 20 pound braid on. Now the good thing about the braids that I noticed, this one you could tell that this, I think it was 20 or 30 pound. I mean, it's got some diameter. You can actually see where it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's trying to chafe right there. But I'm going to be putting this fins wind tamer on, and it is 20 pound test at the equivalent of 6+ diameter mono. The brake strength is actually 35 pounds is the average brake strength. Now I am only going to put 150 yards on this. If I have a fish that hooks on and spools me that much line, I mean, yeah, I could put a couple hundred yards, put at least 300 yards on it, but I don't want to reel in a trout for 300 yards. I either want to break them off and do something else, or I want to have to get bigger tackle. So we'll be right back, and I'll spool this pole up. Real quick before I spool this line on this reel, wanted to show you what I was talking about. That right there is the braid that I'm going to. It's packed. I mean, it's like a wire. I mean, I've worked a lot with cables. I mean, it's tight. The loops the strands are tightly packed. The other thing is, I went with this particular style of braid. It says it's, what the name of it is, wind tamer. What it's supposed to be known for, or what it is designed for, to reduce wind knots, and being that the fact that a lot of times I'm throwing in wind fish when I can, so I'm in more wind. That's why I chose this particular kind. Now I also, like I said, I'm not brand loyal. I got Power Pro here, and this is the 30 pound, but if you look at it, it is you can see it better because it's a little bit heavier. It's 30 pound, but you can tell that it's compacted as far as the braid of the line. As a minute ago, the stuff that was on the pole, you could see it looked fuzzy, and from what I understand, that is how it's woven. And both of these are both, I believe, 100% spectra fiber. So, since the technology is going that way. Another plus is that the line size is so small. Yeah, I got high vis yellow on there for you saying high vis yellow for a trout rod. Supposedly, what this allows you to do is, because the line is so light, it helps you with how slow you fish the jig. So as you cast out with a jig with like a curly tail with an 1/8 ounce jig head or a 1/4 ounce, what you do is watch the line actually will float on the water. And what you do with the high vis, you watch the line, and as it goes underneath the water, as it gets closer to you, then you can pick it up and basically work. You can see actually how fast or how slow you work your jig in some of these creeks. Now, if you're worried about it seeing, again, it's the size of 6-pound test. This stuff's tiny. You could put a little, maybe 8 inches or 12 inches of fluorocarbon, like 15-pound, but I mean it's going to dwarf, make this 4-pound equivalent, or excuse me, 6-pound equivalent mono. I don't know why I said 4 a minute ago, but it's 6 plus, so it's closer to 7-pound mono is what the equivalent, but it's got a 35-pound break strength. So with that, that's one reason why I'm kind of slowly switching over. I have not done it on my big rods yet because it's getting pricey, but I probably will be switching over to some of my smaller conventional rods here soon as well. Just the fact that it's that small, I mean, that's amazing how technology's come. So again, get back to action. Now, first thing I'm going to do is cut that guy loose so we don't have that to deal with. Again, I wanted to, well, I can't say again. I'm going to just want to do a shout out. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in to watch this video as they watch me work. Said, since I'm not worried about this strand, like I said, this stuff just has gone everywhere, and I had it tight on the pole, and I'm hitting the desk. Get that stuff out of here. But yeah, we'll get rid of that. So we got that pole loose. Y'all don't need to see me untangle this, so I'm going to go back to the other pole. Alright everyone, I'm back. I got that other rod cleaned up, untangled, put away. I went ahead and stripped this reel and put the braid on it. Now all I did was do a half hitch with a uni knot, tied it, cinched it down to get it started. I will say this 6+ braid, it's getting a little hard to see. Now, I went ahead and ran it through this first eye to start it, and I put it on a screwdriver, and I can hold, and I got it next to my table so I can hold it where it can pull off the reel. Now, this is an important part. Go get you a glove and try to hold tension on this line. Being at 150 yards, and what you're going to do is do the slack in, and I just hold it down here with my pole and everything, put it in my lap, and I just sit here and reel. Except everything down here can't come. I kicked it a minute ago and has come discombobulated. Be right back. Alright, I had success with the screwdriver method in the past, but it's not working tonight, so it's just going to roll on the floor. Real quick, I got this glove here. There's actually some abrasion way this braid is lined up, so you don't want to burn your hand. So you just need to hold it back so your slack doesn't get around your bail here. And you sit here and just put 2 fingers on it, let it run through your palm, and just sit here and wind it up. Like I said, it should be real quick because it's only 150 yards. I would say that Fish on Forte's got that nice setup for his big reels. I'm not to that point yet. Maybe one day, man. But you got a slick system from South Chatham Tackle. You get a chance, check out Fish on Forte. He is, I guess, more or less my neighbor. We're from the same area. So, but again, this is it. This is, in my opinion, the quickest way to just go ahead and spool up a line real quick. And like I said, I'm just trying out this new braid. So far, I tried the Power Pro on another reel similar to this one, and I've had, I seem to like it a lot better than the mono. So, but yeah, by the way, that this Shimano 2500 I looked at it, and it only can take 200 pound to 6 pound mono, or 200 yards of 6 pound mono. So this 150 yards should be just right for this reel. Hopefully it won't overload it. Hopefully I'm packing it, have enough tension on packing it on there. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and finish up. I appreciate everyone taking a moment and watching my video. With that, I hope everybody has a good night, and hopefully this weather will die down and we can get on the water and do some fishing. Have a good one. Thank you.